Hey guys, it's Hallie and Lauren. We're the Mile High Property Sisters, and today we're going to talk to you about the best places in the Denver metro area for families.
Yeah, good school districts, proximity to amenities that might really be in favor of families, activities.
Yes.
All kinds of things like that.
Yeah. So let's get into it. We are realtors here in the Denver area, so we love making these videos for you, but we would love to help you with your home search and go into more detail about all these places. All right, so I'm going to show you the different counties in the Denver area. They're all very weird shaped. I don't know who came up with them. They make zero sense, but here they are. And why that's important for school districts. Property taxes are different in different counties, a lot of different rules. So the school districts that are the highest rated. So this one right here, this little one this is Denver County proper. It's a really weird shape if you zoom in. But you can see it's Maine, Denver, and then up north up here is an area called Reunion, and it has some newer builds and things like that. And the airport is out here as well. For our video, we are talking about schools. So Boulder Valley Schools, which Boulder is here, this one, and that encompasses Longmont, Boulder, parts of Broomfield, and Broomfield actually is its own little county. It's a city and county, and it is right here. Again, so this is Boulder County. Boulder Valley Schools are great. And then it butts up to Jefferson County. Jefferson County is the most populous county in the Denver area. And it butts up right up to Denver County, and the dividing line is Sheridan Boulevard. There's parts of Denver County that comes over here into Littleton, as you can see. But most of it is Jefferson County, and the dividing area is Sheridan Boulevard, north and south through the city. So that's Jefferson County here in the yellow. This is a lot of the areas we talk about in Littleton, Ken Carroll, Columbine are in Jefferson County. Evergreen, Conifer, some of the mountain towns, most of Lakewood, Wheat Ridge, Golden, Arvada are in Jefferson County. And then Douglas County is right here. Douglas County is actually the richest county in Colorado. And this is where you have Castle Pines, Castle Rock, Sedalia, Highlands Ranch, Lone Tree, Parker, Roxborough. So you have a lot of those suburbs here. And kind of the dividing line between that, this is Arapahoe County. This one here is Arapahoe. And this is Douglas. Arapahoe County schools are also really highly rated. Arapahoe, Douglas, or Jefferson. So kind of the dividing line is C470, although some of it pops up a little north as you get to E470. But that's the bulk of it. All of Highlands Ranch, again, is in Douglas County. And if you're in Centennial or South Glen, Greenwood Village, parts of Littleton, you're in Arapahoe County. And that's where like Aurora, Cherry Creek schools are mostly in Arapahoe County. Cherry Creek schools and Boulder Valley are like the top two. The county goes all the way out to here, to like Kansas, but that's that. Again, this is Denver, and this other one, this is Adams County, and then you have Weld County up north. So the main counties, but again, if you're talking about schools and amenities for families, Boulder County, Broomfield, Jefferson, Douglas, Arapahoe. Now Denver, all of Denver is actually really great for families.
It really is.
And even downtown, if that's your thing, Colorado is great for families.
It is.
There's lots to do.
Yes.
There's lots of kid activities everywhere.
There's great school districts everywhere.
Yeah. We picked some of our favorites, and the reason we're going to highlight these is they are the top rated school districts in the Denver metro area.
Right.
And they do have an overabundance of kid-friendly activities through like rec centers and
parks,
places like that. And not saying, you know, like as you are in the city, like there's always tons to do.
Right.
But there's just out in these suburbs, it's more family oriented. It's not as oriented towards, you know, nightlife or singles or drinking and all that. It's really out here. It's a family.
Yeah.
All about kids and families.
Definitely. And just know, like, this is the tip of the iceberg. There are so many incredible places to live out here, but these are just some of our favorites that we wanted to highlight.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to talk about Littleton, our favorite southern suburb where we live. Littleton is great because, again, you're close to the mountains. There's tons of hiking trails, biking trails to take your kids on. But there's also in Littleton, it's Foothills Parks and Recreation. And so they own a ton of parks all over Littleton. There's people, volunteers, and a whole, you know, program to maintaining parks and building playgrounds and building activities for kids and families outdoors. They maintain the bike paths. They make sure that the walking and bike paths are, you know, shoveled even during the winter. They make sure that trees are cut down, not falling trees or tree branches. They mow the grass. They take care of the parks.
So maintained.
Yes, there's always like an ongoing park project or something like that. And they have several rec centers and even an indoor ice rink area. So you can take ice skating lessons, figure skating, and hockey. There's leagues for adults and for kids.
So cool.
So yeah, that's a really cool thing. And it's right there in Littleton. And the rec centers offer every sport you can imagine. So even if your kid, you don't want them to be involved in their school sports, there's another option through the rec centers. I mean, soccer, lacrosse, basketball, gymnastics, all the things you can think of, you can enroll them in this too. And it's for all ages. They have different, you know, leagues and levels for all ages. And they also have adults. So if you're interested in, you know, joining an ice hockey league or something for adults, they have that. Softball, there's swim lessons, and there's even a competitive swim team through the rec centers, through Foothills Park. And I know, they have everything. So, and a lot of other places have that, but I know Littleton has the Ridge and Lily Gulch Rec Center that have all these cool amenities. And then there's Clement Park, which is one of the biggest parks in the Denver metro area.
One of my kids' favorites.
And
it's
they
so
always
cool.
have, there's lots of culture things. There's festivals all the time. There's like a unicorn festival. There's a 4th of July big festival. They have food trucks and lots of like art festivals. Lots of culture things too. So there's always something to do with your kids. There's also a big climbing wall and a climbing gym right near Littleton. So it's one of the biggest climbing gyms in Denver. And they have summer camps, even spring break camps and winter camps. So for those weeks that your kids, you know, are home from school, you can sign them up for a camp. And they can learn, there's even like mountain biking camp where they go out and teach your kids how to mountain bike.
What's more Colorado than that?
Right. And they do, the kids I nanny were always doing it. Paddleboard camp. So they'll teach you to paddleboard, kayak, horseback riding, rock climbing camp. They have all the camps.
It's awesome.
And dance classes. That's the other thing. Ballet, all kinds of like dance classes for kids. So there's just an endless amount of things to get involved in. These are great activities for, you know, if you're moving here, for you to meet other families and other kids, you know, make new friends. So that's why Littleton is really great. Littleton Public Schools, Jefferson County, and Arapahoe schools are all consistently ranked in the top 5 school districts in Colorado.
So our second county we're going to talk about and kind of segue in is going to be Douglas County. Douglas County, it encompasses about 16 cities and towns. Within Douglas County, I'm going to highlight 2 areas. They're just phenomenal places for families, and that's Highlands Ranch as well as Castle Rock. So Castle Rock is literally due south of Denver, whereas Highlands Ranch is actually located inside Littleton and is southwest of Denver.
Yeah.
Really great neighborhoods. Median price range in these areas. Castle Rock, you're going to be looking at maybe about like $650,000 according to Zillow, and then Highlands Ranch you're getting close to about $700,000. So a little bit right below there. But within Douglas County, we have the Douglas County School District RE1, and it is rated one of the top school districts in the state of Colorado. According to niche.com, it is ranked the 4th best school district in the Denver area. So that's really cool. The student to teacher ratio is about 17 students to 1 teacher. And we have some really phenomenal schools within the Douglas County School District. Our STEM school is located right in the heart of Highlands Ranch, and it has a ton of programs. The STEM school is actually ranked number 3 in the state of Colorado for best college prep schools, which is really kind of cool. I love that. Yeah. Really great school district here. And then there's a plethora of things to do. So in Highlands Ranch specifically, you have a homeowners association here. Within Highlands Ranch, if you live and are a resident in Highlands Ranch, you have a quarterly due that is $168. This is separate from your mortgage, separate from property taxes, all of that. When you pay that due, you get access to 4 recreation centers around here. There's Northridge, Southridge, Eastridge, and Westridge. Every single rec center has different activities, different sports, different camps all year long. We have winter camps, we have fall camps, summer,
Same
spring.
like
it's
in
very
Littleton,
similar to
so.
what Hallie just mentioned with Littleton.
And it's included.
It's included. So if
So
you
you
live
already
here,
paid for it.
yes, each one has a fitness center. Each one has multiple pools. There's soccer fields. There's batting cages. There's volleyball, pickleball.
Yeah.
I mean, there's truly everything here. Tennis. We have the backcountry wilderness area, and they do horseback riding lessons there. So that's a really neat feature.
Yeah.
And then with Castle Rock as well as Highlands Ranch. So Castle Rock and Highlands Ranch are roughly, depending on traffic, maybe a 15 to 20 minute drive between each other. But within Highlands Ranch and Littleton, we have some really great state park access. So we have Chatfield State Park, and that has an entire marina. There's paddle boarding, there's boating. Yep, there's
one of the few places you can actually take a
yes,
motorboat.
take a boat out onto. Yep,
in Denver.
Yep, there's camping. There's a giant dog park there. I have so many friends with dogs, and they just rave about it. And then we also have Roxborough State Park, and that is also located in Littleton. So you cannot do any sort of mountain biking or anything like that there, but you can walk through it, hike through it. There's beautiful sandstone throughout the entire park.
It is.
It is. It's absolutely stunning, and that's all right in your backyard. Castle Rock also has the Castle Rock outlets. So if you're a big shopper, I mean, it's known throughout all of Colorado as one of the best places to shop. There's over 100 different stores, name brand stores, and then there's more restaurants than you could count, coffee shops, all kinds of things.
And what I really like about Highlands Ranch and Castle Rock is it's a lot newer. And one of the cool things about it is, like, you know, if you go into like some of the closer suburbs to Denver, the streets and everything feels really crowded.
Yes.
Like people park on the streets because they don't have driveways or whatever. So it feels very congested, and it feels like you have to watch your kids closer if they're riding their bike or playing outside. But out here in Highlands Ranch and Littleton and Castle Rock, like, it's all newer, so the streets are made a lot wider.
Yes.
So even if cars, and everyone has driveways, so there's just not as much congestion, there's not as much traffic. The way they built the residential areas, a lot of them are on cul-de-sacs, so you just get a lot less traffic.
Yes.
So it just feels like a more comfortable environment for kids. Like, you see teenagers playing basketball in the street.
Oh,
and and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's used
Kids
to it.
ride bikes
There's
and play basketball all over our street. It really
so that's
is great.
a really unique thing about these suburbs in particular.
Yes. On top of all the state parks, there's just a lot of other parks. As Hallie mentioned in Littleton, Clement Park's a really special one. In Castle Rock, they have the Castle Rock incline, which is a 200-step incline. You take it to the top and then you do a wraparound. There's the Miller Activity Complex, which has, you know, a huge climbing wall. It has zip lining. They have a huge recreation center. It has trampolines inside. You can do birthday parties. There's like a 36-foot slide outside for kids. There's just a lot. And Highlands Ranch, there's a park on every corner. I mean, there really is.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
All right, third area is the Centennial, Greenwood Village, and Cherry Creek, Cherry Hills.
Yeah.
The Cherry Hills is like the Beverly Hills of Colorado.
Yes. So these are Arapahoe County, and Arapahoe County is actually the third most populated county in all of Colorado, which is interesting to know. So,
but there's some really great, two of the top private schools that are like cost the big bucks to go there. St. Mary's Academy and then Colorado Academy are near there, and they're top of the line education.
Yeah.
And things for kids.
Yep.
And of course, like Greenwood Village, it's suburban. There's higher end homes for sure.
Definitely.
But they're on bigger lots.
They are.
If you have kids, you have plenty of room typically for them to run around with the dog and, you know, play and all that.
According to Zillow, the median sale price in Greenwood Village was 1.3 in 2023, and then in Cherry Creek, median sale price was 1.1 million, and then Centennial was actually a lot more affordable, and that was around 650,000. So, little budget to keep in mind there.
And it is Cherry Creek School District there.
Correct.
And Cherry Creek High School is actually rated the #1 high school in the Denver metro area.
Yes. And actually, Cherry Creek School District is rated the #1 school district in all of Colorado for athletes.
I believe that. Yeah, athletes are there.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And there's great public schools in there too. The Challenge Public School, which is the Challenge School is K-8. Another great thing to note with the Cherry Creek, Centennial, Greenwood Village kind of area. Now, Centennial is a little bit further. Greenwood Village and Cherry Creek are very close together, within like 6 to 10 minute drive. And then Centennial is going to be a little bit further, kind of southwest of there, and you're looking at maybe like another like 10 minutes out from there. But within like the Cherry Creek area, there's the Cherry Creek Shopping Center, and this center has over 300 different shops, 75 different restaurants, I think over 50 salons and spas.
The Cherry Creek Mall is probably one of the top malls
Yes.
in Colorado.
Yeah. It's
that and Flatirons, which is up
yes.
by Boulder,
Uh-huh.
I would say.
Yeah.
Park Meadows.
Park Meadows is a huge
Yeah,
one.
so
Yep,
there's
out
3.
in Lone Tree. Yep.
Yeah. All right, there's 3.
There's 3. And then there's Cherry Creek State Park, which is right there, and there is a marina there as well. I believe they have a shooting range. They have an equestrian area. A couple of different options, a little bit different than the state parks we mentioned. In Highlands Ranch, there's the Denver Botanical Gardens, which is literally less than 10 minutes, like 5 minutes from Cherry Creek, which are absolutely beautiful. They do like Halloween pumpkin lanterns. They do lights for Christmas. They do all sorts of activities with that. And then there's always farmers markets all over Cherry Creek. They're all over Highlands Ranch.
And Littleton.
Littleton, they're everywhere.
All over Denver, really.
Yes. Literally. So. In our warm months.
Yes.
Like,
people love the farmers market.
They really do. Yeah.
So. And then lastly, we couldn't finish this list, of course, without talking about Boulder. Boulder Valley Schools, Boulder County, up north, and Broomfield County, technically, are some of the most educated citizens in the entire country. I think it's like 80% of people living in that county have a bachelor's degree or higher.
Right.
Which is crazy. But the University of Colorado is there, and of course, Boulder is like Littleton almost on steroids when it comes to outdoor activity and the overall culture of education and fitness and wellness. Boulder is like probably the #1 spot in the country for that. So they have everything we talked about in Boulder, the rec centers, kids sports, they have everything for kids.
Very bike friendly area.
Yes.
So mountain biking is huge there. Hiking is really big there.
Right.
Also a lot of yoga there.
Yes.
Like goat yoga.
Everything. Yeah. All the new, whenever there's a new fitness thing that comes on the scene, Boulder's the first
it's
one.
It's really
doing
cool.
it.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, cost of living in Boulder.
Very high.
Very high. It is very considerable to Southern California in terms of cost of living. It's about 30% higher than Denver.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Do keep that in
But
mind.
it is beautiful.
It
You're
is.
right up against the mountains. And it's just all geared towards overall wellness.
Yes.
Everyone's wellness.
Yes.
Not, you know,
Yes.
kids' wellness, but the whole family. So Boulder, of course, if you're looking here in Colorado, is a great place for
Yeah.
families.
It really is.
And lastly, we just want to remind you, we cannot divulge on, you know, like what areas are safe versus not safe.
Yeah.
As realtors, that is something we encourage you to, you can look this up.
Do it on your own and
Yep, you can
Google
look it up, Google crime rates and all that, and decide for yourself, you know, what you're comfortable with and what works for you. Again, the reason we picked these was activities, education,
Schools.
and there's a lot of other families. So
Right.
your kids have tons of opportunity to meet and make new friends. If you want to know more or other areas that are great for families, we would love to hear from you. Call or text us. See you next time.